I'm making In-N-Out at home, and it couldn't be easier. Here we go. So for those of you that follow me or keep up with my content, know that I've been recreating a lot of fast food recipes. And I've had several of you reach out and you want In-N-Out. So here we are. And by the way, this is my In-N-Out order. It's a hamburger with the animal style French fries. Okay, let's make the caramelized onions, and I have 2 here. If you have like sweet onions, which I do have, that's what these are, use that. If you have white or yellow, that works as well. But I'm gonna dice these up. So as part of this series of recreating fast food restaurants or recipes, In-N-Out was at the top of the list. And I get it, because a lot of you don't have one near you. Onions, chopped or diced. I'm gonna turn on the heat. And you want this at like a medium-low for right now. And I'm going to add some water. I'll say like a 1/3 cup to a 1/2 cup works. A pinch of salt. By the way, you'll want to add like 1 or 2 tablespoons of cooking oil into the pan before you add the onions. Be sure to do that. And I'm just going to do that now. Just kind of drizzle that over the onions, kind of backwards. There, that works. And I'm just going to toss that up. You want to start the saute, so if you have to crank up the heat, that's fine. So it's going to look like this. You know, the water evaporates. You're starting to see a little bit of like the natural sugar that released from the onion kind of stick to the pan and to the onion. But you're just going to have to keep going. I want to get a little more color before I lower the heat. You really want to saute these well and then lower the heat. At this point, you're seeing a little bit of color on the onion. Let's turn it down because it's going to take a lot more time to really caramelize before the onion burns. So you want to lower the heat and just keep sauteing, stirring, and eventually you'll get there. Okay, so I started at around 10 o'clock. It's already 10:51. And here are the onions. So it takes about an hour. This is the hardest part of the recipe. If you're getting the animal style fries, is this, because it takes time. And this is kind of where I want it. So I would say it takes an hour. I'm gonna let this go for a couple of more minutes and it's done. By the way, I started with like 2 medium onions and it dwindled down to nothing. So if you want more caramelized onion, you're gonna have to like double or triple the amount you start with. So this is very similar to the ingredient list that was released for the In-N-Out spread. And I'll show you what I mean. So I searched online and I found a couple of posts. This post was the full disclosure of ingredients for the burger, and I sort of screenshot just the ingredients for the spread. You can read that there. And I saw another post that posted the same ingredient list, and honestly, it's Thousand Island dressing. You can doctor it up to your taste, but that's what it is. So I have seen a lot of recipes online that call for caramelized onions to go into the In-N-Out spread. But if you want to make it from scratch and try one of those copycat recipes, I will put it here on the screen for you to try. These are the fries I'm using today. You can fry these on the stovetop. I'm baking them in the oven. That's the beauty of making things at home. Use what you've got and make things how you prefer. Bake, we're gonna go 375. Yeah. Okay, to make the burger, very simple. Ground beef. This ground beef is actually lean ground beef. I'm just going to take, you could do like a 1/4 pound. I'm just gonna eyeball and form it into a patty. I'm not even gonna season it. You can if you want. Okay, I lied. I am gonna season. I'm gonna season this part. And because it's lean, and this is just salt, pepper, onion, and garlic powder, I'm gonna add a little bit of, there. I'll just let it come up to heat gradually. I'm okay with that. And then season on the top side. That's the burger patty. We're gonna cook it through. Okay. All right, let it continue cooking. Okay, now, burger's almost done. American cheese goes right on top. Cover that for just a second and it's probably done. Actually, I'm going to shut off the heat and let the residual heat melt it because I don't want it to overcook the patty. Okay, and there we are. I'm going to take this out, put it on a plate, turn the heat back on. By the way, I'm going to have a fun time cleaning this cast iron skillet. And now you're going to toast the bun. The last time we had In-N-Out, it was very charred in the center. Not necessarily the exterior, but I guess they put it on the griddle and it was very charred. So maybe it depends on the establishment, but this is what I'm going to do today. Okay, so it's got a little toasty char on it. Let's make it animal style, and we are going with that Thousand Island dressing. There we go. The patty, just like that. We're going to go with a tomato. We got lettuce, so yeah, I want some onion too. Onion. The lettuce. Then let's put the spread on it. Then we've got our caramelized onions going right on top. Let's do it this way. And there you go. You've literally made In-N-Out at home. Like what? Ready, fresh, homemade. And you can have a taste of In-N-Out for those of you that don't have one near you at home. This is pretty spot on. So this is literally 10 times better than In-N-Out. And it's not a slight to In-N-Out. It's just, it's made at home. It's hot and fresh. Comment down below if you have a favorite fast food that you want to see recreated at home. I might make it. So good and fresh. Okay, I want to show you something. I did not put any cooking oil on these store-bought shoestring fries, and it has oil. It has fat to make them crispy. This is why I didn't spray them, for those of you wondering. I mean, you can, but like I said, this is why I like to bake fries, frozen French fries. Okay, these are ready now. And I'm going to put these over here. Oh, I'm going to use this plate again. That's where the patty was at. Let's give you the real In-N-Out experience. Get your fries on the plate. There we go. One slice of American cheese goes on top. It should get nice and melty with the fries. And you're going to want more of that Thousand Island dressing. And you can see the cheese is already getting melty. So we're going to put this on top. Okay, it's not the neatest. And now you have your, remember, onions that we made? You put that right on top. Yay! Animal style fries. Ooh, the plate's hot. There you go. Comment down below if you work at In-N-Out, and do you literally just put a slice of cheese on top of fries? Because that's the way I get mine. So I have a small confession to make. I'm really not a big fan of In-N-Out fries, even when I get them well done. So making them at home makes the world of difference. It's so good. So I hope you found this video helpful. And for those of you that want In-N-Out at home because you don't have one near you, give this a try. It's so good.